time, whether it be big budget, teaching purposes. Would you ever cut that out, like the way it actually is, or would you just try to cheat it?
It depends on the deadline. His question was, if I was in a big production, like say a movie or like a high-end game, would I go in and cut this section out so it looked like it was actually wrapping around it? Yes, I would. I would make it one for one. For now, no,
Okay.
I wouldn't. And if it was a smaller production, like say like it depends. Like say it was for a third-person type game, I wouldn't do it for that.
Yeah.
I'd do it for a first-person type game, right? I would model a lot of detail for a first-person game, as opposed to what, a third-person game.
Right.
Does anybody know why?
Visually pleasing.
Yeah, and first-person shooters, the weapons and things are right here. They're right in your face. As you pull off the grenade, you see all the detail. As you, by the way, like first-person weapons, the gun is modeled to complete detail on one side, and this side isn't, because you don't need it, right? Because you're always reloading. Right? You don't need that side.
Kind of like how levels, they have like one side completely modeled, but then like the person can go
Yeah,
outside.
yeah.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. And also on this side of the first-person weapon, the texture is blurred to hell because they only give it a little bit of texture space, as opposed to the other side, which has all the detail. Right? It's all tricks. That's all they're doing. Okay. All right. So today we're going to Highpoly this, okay? And we're going to start adding in some of the details here to some of these objects, yes? All right. All right. So when I start making my Highpoly, one of the things you want to do is start to add in from the large shapes to mid shapes to small shapes. You want to start adding in your detail. Don't start with like the smallest shape and, then work your way out. You always start from the large shapes to the small, okay? So the first thing is my cylinder here, this guy, okay? So if I hit 3, you'll see, there we are, right? There's my canister. Now, obviously, it looks like it's shrunk down, right, compared to this, but that's fine. Why is that?
Because you're just using it as a rough base or a rough model.
Correct. And this picture here, this image here is in orthographic mode. I mean in perspective, and I'm in orthographic. Okay? There we go. All right. Now, based upon what I see, this needs a little bit of work, yes? It has a dip in it that we need to create. So, one thing I can do here is insert an edge. So, the first thing I done to the cylinder, step 1, is I pressed the numeric key 3. And numeric key 3 does what? Subdivide. It smooths, which is called subdivision. Okay? So I just subdivided it. And I'm going to back up a little. I'm going to show you how I got mine to crease. Whew, did I always keep it so hot in these classrooms?
Sounds like computers.
Wow. Man. Alright, let me come here. Alright, so there's my canister. Okay. 1, 3. Alright. So the first thing I want to do is create this somewhat dip that goes in here, right? Step 2. Step 2 will be holding my edges, right? Locking in the form, right? Very important one is to lock in the form. So by creating this little dip in section, I'm going to go Control, right click, Edge Ring Utilities, Edge Ring Split. You see what that done? That added in a edge ring. So all you got to do is select one edge and go Edge Ring Split, and boom, it will put a complete edge loop in there for you.
So it's edge ring utilities?
Yes. Now I can just take that one loop and pull it down some. You see there? This is what's kind of cool about subdivision modeling. Okay.
So it's basically insert edge loop. But
Yes, that's right.
You could do better curves to insert that, right?
Say it again?
You go to the curves icon just to insert this, right?
No, I didn't. I went Control, left mouse click. Hold on. Control, right mouse click. Sorry, Control, right mouse click. Edge, Ring, Utilities, Split. Okay?
It's right. Right click.
Yes. All right. Now, another thing that we can do to hold shapes or to hold these creases a lot better is we can double click an edge and we can shift right click and go to the crease tool as well. And the crease tool, watch this. If I scrub middle mouse click and scrub my mouse wheel left to right, see what happens? I can now make the edge sharper. Yeah? So this gives you a lot of control.
Where's the crease tool?
It is Shift, right click, go past extrude, and it's the first tool at the top called crease. And that will allow you to get away with all kinds of cool things. Yeah?
now is that typically just going to be for circular?
No, this is for everything. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with this. This is how I model a lot of detail without adding all these crazy edge loops. I just make it low poly, then I go in and crease all the edges and vertices. And you can do it on a vertice level. And next thing you know, boom, your model looks awesome, right? So you can see I'm going through, and I will do it down here as well. I'll bring this guy in. Now watch what happens. As soon as I start creasing it, it's going to pull it back down again and to hold its natural position. Watch. Boom. Yeah, now look at that. Yes? A lot better. Very cool. And I got the dip in there as well. Okay? Very cool. So that's my big shape taken care of. Now, let's talk about this. Here's a little tip for you when you work on things. Okay? If I select something and I'm like, I just want to work just on that section, Control 1, right? And that will isolate the object you have selected. Control 1. Okay? This also will help when you're in programs like Unreal and so on, isolate mode. Or if you're an environment artist and you're working on a big scene, isolate mode, okay? That means I'm isolating that one object, okay?
Will you do it again? Show it.
Yeah. So if I say I go, okay, now I want to work on this and this, I can click this object, and go Control 1, hit F, and there you go. I'm zoomed in just to that. Now I'm working just on that section. Does that make sense? I always do this when I am working on something. I only work on the thing that I need to work on. I generally block everything out, and then I go in, I start isolating and working just on that, right? And then once in a while, hit 1 again, Control 1, and see where I'm at. Okay? All right. So that's done. Select this one. I'm going to delete you. All right. That one, I'll leave. The only thing I want to do is make this a little bit thicker, yes? Or thinner. Some of you may have made yours too thick or too thin. Let me show you a method here. Step 3. If you want to adjust thickness on something, you right click, you go into vertex mode, select all the vertexes, and then shift, right click, come to transform components. Boom. And now you see the blue arrow. Blue, write this down. Blue arrow will always mean the normal direction of something. The blue arrow will always mean the what? The normal direction. Now watch this. If I select the blue arrow, right?
Say that one more time how you got into that.
Yes, sir. Okay. So the way I get into something like that is if I select my object, I will just right click, vertex mode, select all the vertex, shift, right click, transform components. All right, does everyone get that? Very nice.
You said it was shift or control right click?
Shift and right click. Okay? So now that's the ring thing, whatever the pole ring thing done. Actually, it needs to be a little bit thicker. Sometimes for gaming, once you have everything kind of in proportion, you do want to go in there a little and adjust. So, because it's sometimes the object can be this big on screen, right? Or like that, or right here. So you kind of want to adjust sometimes. Use your better judgment. No. Because you never want it to be like this, yes? Just no. You never want it to be like that or that. So I would say somewhere in here. Right? Because remember, it's a weapon. It shouldn't have anything on there that's very dainty. Right? This is where you got to start to think, like, you know, you don't want to put things that are dainty and small on things that create destruction. And you know, you'll learn over time. The more things you make, right? Your eye will start to train itself. Okay, so that ring is out of the way. Good. Now, this may be the hardest part for you guys. This and this. This is going to be all on its own, this baby, right? Okay. Now, let me see here what I've got. Yeah. So, actually, let me kind of start that over for you guys again, right? So, because what I did here was I basically shaped my cube, and then I beveled it, right? And I made sure that it had some nice edges on it, and then I tapered in the top section here, okay? But now what we got to do is we got to make this and this one complete thing, so they look like they're part of one thing. Yes. All right. So this is why I always say model with just 8 sides and keep things very simple. Okay. Now, here's how we're gonna do this. Here we go. So the first thing is we want to do is apply general cuts into both objects so they align to each other, right? So you see where this section is intersecting with that section right here? By the way, what step is this? Let's say step 4, yes? Step 4, and write down merging objects. This is how you will merge objects together. And we will be doing a lot of this. This is where you start getting into advanced modeling, yes? Very nice. Okay, here we go. Merging objects. Step 1, insert the proper edge loops. So if I select here, I'm going to go say insert edge loop. And I'm going to insert it right about there so they kind of meet each other. Boom. Okay? There you go. And then I'm going to come here. And you see how it's meeting right here? I'm going to say 1 here. And 1 right here. Now if I insert edge, I can drag, right? I can drag it and place it right there. All right. Now, I've got that part done there. The next one is, do it again. I'm going to do it to this top piece. We're going to insert here. Okay. Nice. And that should be good. Oh, no. Oh, wait. And object mode. Yeah. And then we're going to also insert a, actually I can take this one, this line, and just move it up to match that, right? See what I'm doing? All right. And look at this. It's got a point right here. So watch this. Edge here. Control. Right click. Edge ring utility split. Boom. Perfect match. Now, this part right here.
I have a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
Why would you add in all those extra edge loops instead of just using booleans and combining?
Okay. I'm gonna thank you for that. I'm going to show you both. Booleans, yeah. Booleans will destroy the mesh on you. Pull that over here. And we will get to this in just a second. I'll show you the Boolean way. And you're going to hate the Boolean way. Boolean sucks.
So try to avoid using the Boolean theory?
Try to avoid using the Boolean. Okay?
Good now.
Very good. Now, we need to cut in. I'm going to switch on my wireframe. And now I'm going to come here and go insert edge and match that to there. Insert edge to there. You see that? Yeah. And if one doesn't match up, guess what you can do? You can go shift, right click, slide edge, and middle mouse drag. You see that? Middle mouse drag? And it will slide your edge to where you want it. Boom. This is how the professionals do it. And I consider myself a professional. Alright. Now, I want to also make a cut that goes here, 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 and here, and connects to here. Okay? So what I'll do is if you come to your modeling, see this little box up here, the hammer and the little box? This is your modeling tool. Okay? And this has the ability to switch on your symmetry. So if I'm in symmetry mode, because we modeled this in the correct way in the front view, I want to model this, I want to cut into this on symmetry on the Z. So watch. If now I go to select, no, it should be Z. Z, see that? See how I'm selecting both sides? It means now that if I go to multi-cut, I can cut, 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 cut. Damn it, didn't do it on the other side. Right, so when you cut like this, you just what? You right click and it will end the cut for you, okay? And then I can do it again on the other side. Cut here. Let's see if I can, yeah. Cut here. Cut here. Cut here. And cut. Cut and drag, and it should stop because remember, we inserted that edge right there. Then right click, boom, and there you go. Now I want to just add a cut right here. So I can, if I hit shift as I drag, see how it's giving me a percentage? I want to go 50%. 50%, cut. 50%, 50%, cut. Okay? So now if I go into vertice mode, right there, I can use my V to snap. You see that? So I just snapped it. Watch. Snap. V. Snap that one. V. Snap that one. Does this kind of start making sense what I'm doing? Look at that. Lovely. Now watch this. We're going to go here. Object mode. Control 1. Control 1. I'm going to show you another little tip here. I could select all those faces, yes, easily. But I'm going to go like this. Vertex mode. Select that one point. Control, right click, convert to faces, delete. delete. Now you see that? Watch. See how they're lining up now? And I forgot to put one right here. Hold on. Bump. There you go. And slide it over. If you guys can get this, if you guys can understand this, guess what? And do this and execute this well, you guys are going to be ahead of the game here. Alright, now this is what we're going to do here. Select this guy, and what are we going to do? Delete. So guess what we got to do now? Just snap the vertices. Right? So now, if I go, let's see, how's that looking? Yes. Right here. Right there. And right there. Good. Now, watch this. Vertex, move, snap, 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 snap. There you go. And let's fix these guys and just move them out just a little like that. There we go. All right. There's that top section kind of done. And actually I'm gonna here, vertice, I'm gonna move this one in actually, because I didn't like the way that looked, right? And I'm just gonna do it to this one. Vertice, snap. Alright. Now here, vertice, snap. Come on. Snap. Snap. And snap. And then this one, snap. See that? Okay. And now there's one missing right here. See that one? We need to add a point here as well. Here and here. And we will do the same thing. Select the vertice and snap.
Is that leaving you with two vertices, or are they merging together?
Give me a sec here, and we will address that problem. There we go. All right, now look at that. But what's going to happen if I select those guys and I go like that? See, look, jacked up, yeah, and that's not all connected, so it's not good. All right, so we need to now make these one object. You see how they're separate objects? We need them to be one object.
You merge them together with the merge button.
No, we don't use merge. What we do is we select them and we right click and we have combine right there, or we have combine and separate right here as well. See that?
Okay.
All right, good. Now let's combine them. And now here's the other thing. Watch this. We still have, like Mike said, two separate vertices. See that? See how they're not attached to each other or joined?
So you press Z when they're connected.
No.
V.
No. We're going to select vertex, select all the vertices on the object, and now we will shift, and at the top here, shift right click, merge vertices. Not merge to the center. You don't want to do merge to the center. What's going to happen? It'll all go into one point. Merge vertices. Boom. Yes. And now they are all one thing. See that? Now there's a little bit of cleanup here. I'm noticing. Something I should have done. I should have just went like this. Watch. And it's easy to see. So I want to now weld this point to that point to that, and that point to that. So what I'm going to do is go shift. Shift. Nope. Shift in object mode. Right click, target weld. Or you have target weld right here. Yes? And now watch this. If I click on the point, I can just drag it. Boom. 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 And this is going to clean everything up.
Target weld cleans up extra edges.
Yeah. Yeah. So target weld is just if you want to snap one vertice to another. There we go. Look at that. Nice. No, it will merge them. All right. So the reason why I wanted to do that, guys, was so I could come in here. Now that I've got all that, go edge mode. Double click that edge. Click that edge. Double click that edge. That edge. They should have. Okay. Now watch this. Now I've got those edges selected. Shift. Bevel. Uh-oh. That's telling me something's wrong. If it's not beveling, then there's an issue.
I've been working on a couple things lately, and I think that I found whenever I try to bevel and it doesn't, it's because I have too many edges selected.
Alright, let's see. Hold on. Let's do this again. It could be in that weld. If I go shift, merge, weld, boom. That should have done it. Alright, let's see if I can do it here. There. That's what I want. Good. Yes. Alright. Let's undo that. And then let's try to here. I think it's this problem area down here. See? Yeah, there's a problem down there. So what I'll do is I will just go from here to here. And here to here. And then I'll bevel. No. Damn it. I'll just do it for here. I'll stop here and then I'll just blend somehow. So now I can go like this. All right. And now I'll fix this point and that point. And what I want to do, you see, I want to bring this level, this point level with this. So what I can do is slide it. I can constrain it to that edge. See, if I was to just go move, you see that? But watch this. Transform constraint edge. See that? Boom, perfect. Transform constraint edge. Transform constraint edge. And you also, every time you model, you want to massage the points. Okay? You want to massage your geometry. Now, what I'll do down here is I will connect this up by using what? My multi-cut. I can just come here, connect, here, 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 and here. Right click, done. Now, I just need to clean this up right here. And I'm gonna get rid of, this. Because I creased mine, I shouldn't have creased it. If all you get done today in class is this, I'm happy.
Can you go back over how you made
The whole thing?
no, just that spot in between those?
Okay. Yeah, give me a sec. Let me clean this up. Crease. Right here. Is everyone suffering from allergies?
Oh, yeah. It's all your fault.
This is the worst season. September. Sometimes I get bronchitis, so don't be surprised if you see that class is canceled. Like that man, I get crazy during this time of season. All right. Okay. Yeah. And you see, like, having points come down like this. Yeah. Basically, what I would want to do is weld. Weld. Okay. And then these guys here, I would do the same, you know. I would come in, here, 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 and here, here, and here. Boom. Here, here, here. This is, believe it or not, even though it's a simple object, this is advanced stuff. Like I said, if you guys can get this, man, you're on your way to modeling like anything at that point. Now you were talking about here, right?
No, I go back up. Just like that. Yeah.
This?
Yeah, how do you get that?
I remember I selected the edge and then I beveled.
Okay, bevel.
Yes. All right, now let's see the disaster we've created.
Would you want me posting a video of how to do this?
Yes, yes. So if I hit 3, boom. Okay, look at that. We're almost there. I'm going to come here, select you guys, double click, go around, here, 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 double click, yes, perfect, here, double click, here, double click, here, click, click, and then what I'm gonna do, crease, whoop, now watch. Ugh. And see, we got that janky stuff going on. So watch. I think if I come here, here, and collapse. All right, let me go over that one more time. Sorry. So I could weld these together, right? I could collapse. I could take that point, weld it over here, that point, weld it over there, that point, weld it over there. That's too much time, right? What I could do is click this edge, double click that edge, shift, right click, see merge edges, collapse, boom. Now I'm going to select both of those and I'm going to just drag them out to round out the shape again. I'm going to make sure my edge constraint is off. And now I'm going to round that back out. And select these guys and round back out again.
So
Here.
when do you use collapse edges? Like what's it a fix for?
It's great for low poly stuff. It's very good for low poly. It's good for a number of things, but low poly especially. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just pulling this out again to kind of maintain its shape. Oh God, not that bad. There you go. Something like that. And then once you have that shape, a good thing to do is you can just hit smooth one time. Whoa. Smooth, just once, boom. And there you go. Let me take that off my wireframe. See that? That's how you blend objects together. See? Now, let's address Boolean. All right, nice and clean, neat. Boolean. All right, let's smooth these guys out because that's what Boolean would want. Is that it?
It's 40 minutes.
Wow, really?
Yep, it's 4:22.
All right, good.
We still got some time.
All right. So watch Boolean. So here.
Boolean destroys the mesh, so avoid using it.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
Don't you remember you said that?
Yeah. Now, watch this. Once I do that, then that's it. That's all I got. Like, that's it. That's it. I can't do nothing else, right? Use threshold. Okay. Let's see what that'll do. Nothing. But you see? That's it. Right? See how I don't get that nice blend here of the two metal pieces together? Now watch.
Can't add a crease, can't do any of that.
Yeah, you see? And then when you try to crease it, see what happens? It's destroyed.
It's almost like it's melted.
Yeah. Yeah. Which actually, maybe in this case could work if it was small welding, but you're not getting the nice blend of two shapes. You see that? All right. So I'm going to take that and just go delete. And then from here, guess what? We're cruising now. Here, Control 1, press 3. Here, select that edge, double click that edge, double click that edge, come down, and there we go. Crease. And then what I'll do is I'll just go smooth. Boom.
So smooth add polygons.
Smooth. So here's my process. Once I've done all my creasing and got the object kind of how I like it, and when you hit 3, obviously it subdivides, but it's not real geometry yet. It's fake, right? It's just showing you how it would look if you blended them, and if you hit 3. When you hit smooth, it actually makes it. Now watch this. If I smooth again, watch how those edges become even sharper and tighter because it's still got the crease on. If I go 2. Well, actually, it didn't do it. All right. But you see, now it's actual geometry. Okay? I only just go 1, especially if I'm still working on a scene. So I'm going to take that back down to 1 by undoing. Here we go. And then this part, right? This handle kind of has this little inset section to it. So it starts, I think, here, and it goes down to here. So if I click that face and then shift, double click to that face, they're the only faces I am affecting. So it's the only faces that are selected. Now, if I go shift, extrude, first thing I'm going to do is my offset. And I'm going to do the offset here. I'm going to click on offset till it turns orange or yellow. And then I'm going to, while it's selected, left mouse click and drag slowly. Oh, shit. There. And then let go. You got to be really careful with it. It's very sensitive. So it's still selected. I'm going to hit G to continue. And then I'm going to push this in. And then I'm going to hit the blue square. And that will allow me to scale. Now I have to scale from the middle. Right? So I'm bringing it in. Something like that. And boom. That's what I get. See? Very cool. Same with this. All right. Now that I've got that, what am I going to do here? I want to basically hold this object, because if I just hit 3, what's going to happen? See? Look at that. It's all soft and mushy. Right? We don't want that. 1. Now, here's where you have to double click. And like I said, having on my symmetry world, this is why I tell you guys to model everything on the 0, 0, right? This way, you can use symmetry. And you're only doing one side. Okay? Shift, double click, shift, double click. Shift, double click, there you go. Shift, double click, here, here. I'm not doing it to everything. There's areas that I still want to be round, like here, yes, and here. I'm only doing it to edges. Here, here, here. Double click here, 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 and here, here. Double click. And here. Perfect. And right here and here. And here. All right, very nice. Now, and oh, here and here. And shift, right click, crease, drag over. You see those lines get thick like that? That means it's got crease on it. Now I'm going to go here, select it, and hit 3. And there we go. Okay. Now, that will tighten up if I go smooth once. Boom. Say I go 2. Oh, be careful with that drag. Man. Look at that. Duplicate faces. Drag that out just a smidge. Hit 3 again here. Hit 3 here. Scale that down. Here. Here. Lambert. Actually, Lambert, add favorite material, Lambert. Take that to white, and then I can use my vertex transform components and just bring that out a little. Whoa, 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 no. There you go. There. Alright? That's how you make a high poly. Well, I'll go into more details here in a sec, but I want you guys to get started, especially, you know, because this part right here will be tough. And even if it takes you all class just on that section, as long as you get that section, man, that's perfect, right? Because by doing that, you've really accomplished something. See that? And that means that is going to normal map perfectly, right? As opposed to a Boolean. So you see how the whole process works, yes, between having something that, you know, is blocking to high poly, and then we'll go to low poly probably next class or so. We'll finish out the details and then low poly. Okay? So you guys begin. Let me stop the recording. I'm going to YouTube guy. We're going to put this up on the YouTube. Hold on just a sec. And we're going to get started. All right. Oh my God. Save.